Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ada, and today I just want to start off with an announcement. The pattern for the Willowherb sweater is available on Ravelry as of yesterday, almost midnight, and I could not be happier about it. It's been a long time in the making. The circular yoke bottom-up sweater. When you start knitting at the sleeves, you make a hole for the thumb, and once you finish the ribbing, you do color work and then continue with the sleeve, with the other sleeve. Then you join in and start making this beautiful collar work and finish off with some German short rows and a folded collar. In the bigger sizes, once you join in the round, you also do short rows below the yoke to add a little bit more length in the back and kind of balance it for the size. And I have been told by one of the knitters that it is the best fitting yoke she has in the circular yoke. So I'm really glad, and I do hope that it's other people think so too. So you can find it on Ravelry currently for 50 kroner, so I think that's a pretty good deal. So that's where you can find it. I'm gonna link it down below. Before I get into some other topics, I'm just gonna quickly show you the socks that I have finished. So this is a self-drafted pattern, and I might turn this into a pattern because I really just like the fit of these socks. They were made with Fjäre. I have already worn them and washed them. So far so good. It kind of looks like the ribbing is a little bit loose, but it actually fits my foot very well, so I guess it's just more of like a preference issue, because where it hits me, it kind of, my leg goes wider, so that is actually fine by me. So that is those are the socks that I started in the summer. You might remember the whole lacking yarn that did not get packed kind of drama on for me. That kind of turned into a little bit of a shopping spree, but you can find that in my summer podcast video. And then I have another thing that I want to show you that I have not discussed at all with you. It is a kids sweater. Made this for a friend from the kindergarten, and it has the thumb holes, but here they are vertical, not horizontal, and I wanted to do a zipper, but it just is very difficult on this kind of fabric, so I just did 2 buttons, which actually works out pretty nicely. And this is I would say a 2x1 half brioche stitch. So that's what I've made in like a month, and I have written the pattern up. I'm grading it right now, so I think it'll be very interesting to see if it becomes popular, because what I want to do is I will not be making sizes like every year kind of thing. It is meant to be like a sweater that you knit a bit bigger and then it fits long time. And the reason for it is that it's okay if it's too long, right? The collar does not have to be folded up. It can stay open. It also has like one more button, so it can open more. And then here, because of the ribbing, I think you can easily turn it inside out, and the child can wear it longer. Or if they want to wear it on a thumb hole, like, it will be bunching up, but it will not be going longer than their thumbs for a while. So I've made this size to kind of fit the 5-6-year-olds, but my daughter is almost 4, and like, yes, of course it's too big for her, but she can wear it comfortably. And I think that's kind of what I'm aiming for with this pattern, is to have a range, for example, 1 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12. I guess later maybe it gets a bit more difficult, I don't know, but I would like to just have a couple sizes. And then, you know, like, it's lovely to have children in perfectly fitting clothing, but children grow so fast. It fits perfectly for like a month. So either it's too big and then it's too small, and it fits for a very short time actually. So I just wanted to give a few options, and then you can kind of easier maybe pick what size to make, and then it should fit your child a while. I've written the pattern, and now it just needs to be graded, and I'll put it out for testing as soon as I can, maybe in the next couple of weeks. I just want to give you an update of what I'm thinking regarding Game of Wool. Like I said, I will continue watching, right? And I have seen the next episodes, and I don't know. It's really lovely to see, you know, different things and more creative stuff and whatever, but I don't know, I'm still having a weird feeling, like, you know, first of all, they keep calling crocheters knitters. I don't know where the line is. Like, I thought it's a big difference. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Also, I did not expect like a complete crochet challenge in the knitter competition. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this, because on one hand, I guess it's all like fiber related. That being said, maybe it's because I'm not a crocheter and I never really been, so maybe that's why I'm not a fan of mixing those. I don't know what the rest of the community thinks. I haven't really been watching the reaction videos much. The swimsuit challenge has been a little bit wild. Yeah, I don't know. There's a reason people don't really knit much swimsuits, right? I don't know, it was a little bit random, and yes, like the winning piece was the most, like the best constructed, kind of. But overall it was, I mean, it was okay, it was not amazing. So appreciate that these are supposed to be challenges, but that being said, I don't know if this swimsuit was a great idea. You know, I would like to see one of these judges do that. What I find the most interesting is seeing what the knitters are wearing, and we can see when they are wearing hand-knit pieces, and so you can really see their artistry, right? But then when they are made to do garments with chunky yarn, or, you know, all that artistry gets lost because of that, I think. And while, again, not to be comparing to these like fashion shows, usually when things go down the runway, like, again, of course, sometimes they're not perfectly well constructed, but sometimes they're just very good. And I don't know, it's just impossible to expect that from the knitting show. And my main quandary with here is that, are they representing the knitting community as best as possible? I don't know. Like, watching this, of course, I can appreciate that. Okay, I know why things don't look like perfectly machine made, etc. But at the same time, if someone who does not know how much work goes into it, or the techniques, would they be really having more appreciations for the craft? I'm not sure. I wonder what the non-knitter people think here. That does not take away from the knitters themselves. I just think the format is leaves a little bit to be desired. And then to finish this short video off, I have some points regarding pattern stealing that I thought are worth sharing again. I have made a video about people stealing patterns and sharing them online before, and this is a different pattern stealing. Maybe I should have said it differently, maybe just in general ripping people off. And it's all been inspired by me doing a little Black Friday shopping, and I came across a scarf on Zalando that we might all recognize. And you know, I think that Petitne did not invent garter stitch. She did not invent I-cord. She did not invent tiny scarves. That being said, I think looking at this, everyone would be like, Sophie scarf, okay? So, of course, it's a relatively simple scarf, but come on, right? And I was listening to another podcast recently, I think that was Ege Noranets, and she was saying how amazing it is to be a knitter now because the knitting trends go into mainstream fashion, and that's great, but that also means that unfortunately the actual patterns and are being copied to be mass-produced by designers. And of course, Petitnet is not a small designer, but she's not exactly H&M or whoever that was. I think that was Samsa. I don't think that's very nice. And then I was browsing some other website, and that was a Polish brand called Reserved, and I think it's kind of like an H&M. And I can't show you photos because those have been taken down, but I have found 2 sweaters that maybe to others is just a normal sweater, but someone who's been in a knitting community online for more than 5 minutes will immediately recognize. But I don't have pictures of these from the website because they've been taken down. So you will have to trust me on this one. And I don't know, I'm assuming they've been taken down because I'm assuming someone else has also noticed that. So I'm not saying I like unraveled a big mystery here. But yeah, they have copied them exactly. Like they have copied the porcelain sweater, and I don't remember what the name of that particular sweater from Northern Augustins is, with the bows. I'll put it on, but the nerve, you know, like with the Sophie scarf, I can kind of see how like, oh, it's so simple, whatever, like, you know, how many iterations of a scarf can there be? But when they copied the exact color work of a sweater, yeah, I'm just so angry at myself that I didn't screenshot this before, because it was almost exactly the same. I think the bows were a little bit simpler on that sweater, so I think that makes it even worse, because the sweater is kind of not as nice. And the porcelain sweater, it was a little bit also like, you could see a little bit of a difference, but I didn't inspect it, you know, I did not see it in the shop. I don't know what it looks like exactly, so I can't comment on that. But just the fact of ripping off the exact sweater, you know, like I understand how like sometimes you make something and somebody gets inspired, but if it's one-to-one copy, nerve on these people, you know. There's like 500 sweaters I think available on this website, so do they really need to rip off these viral sweaters that, you know, like someone is bound to notice? I don't know. And you know, I don't think anyone who's in a knitting community would be like, you know what, I would like to have a porcelain sweater, but I don't want to make it, so I'm just going to buy the porcelain sweater. I don't think that's the audience for that. And for other people, you know, if you don't want to make that particular one, well, there's tons of other sweaters. You don't have to have the exact thing, right? So now that they've taken it down, what does it mean? Does it mean that they have sold it out? Because it does not say sold out. It says 404. The site does not exist. So what do we think? Did they get the backlash they deserved? I guess so. So I know that you guys are not the audience that goes sweater shopping very often, but please watch out for these kind of patterns and screenshot them as they are available, because clearly things get taken down, and I don't think the companies will actually have any repercussions. Just a reminder to screenshot things as you see, because once they disappear, like, you don't have proof that it actually happened, I guess. But trust me, it did. You know, you can say that some other sweaters maybe look similar to some basic sweater patterns that are available, but if you see the porcelain sweater, like, you either see it or you don't. There's no ambiguity there. So yeah, so I do hope that these kind of practices, and seems it's happening, is that the big companies, fast fashion, whatever, want to create things of a quality, at least visually, as small knitting designers do, but they don't want to pay them. So I think that's very interesting. And you know, it's not like making knitting patterns is such a lucrative career for all, but you would think that if a, you know, multi-billion-dollar company profits of you, I would assume you should be paid a little bit, no? So yeah, I don't want to leave on this disappointing note, but unfortunately that's how it is. And I do hope that the industry gets better, but as for now, you know, as if we haven't seen Shein rip off enough, now all the other more European companies are also doing that, and it's just sad to see. And just, you want to have Danish designers, hire Danish designers. Nothing easier than that. What do you think? How's the game of wool for you? And did you see any interesting patterns that have been stolen from smaller creators? I'm interested to know, so please leave it in the comments, and like and subscribe if you like that video, and I'll see you soon for more. Bye!